very recently, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, has directed the Presidential Food System Coordinating Unit to expedite action on the disbursement of federal government's 250 billion naira credit support for smallholder farmers at single-digit interest rate. Now, you spoke about, the government not having direct contact with the farmers involved. If you were to meet with the president today, what concerns are you going to be raising with him, and in conjunction with this innovation by the vice president as well? How far-reaching will it be for you?
You see, my response is simple. Let us first carry out, let us have an implementation plan, direct interface, monitor, evaluate, and at the same time come out with results. I don't want these audio messages. We're tired of that. 250 billion is not a small money. Exactly. If we have to make it easier for all farmers, if you release this amount, for instance, I want TVC to monitor how it is being spent or disbursed. Because at the end of the day, this money goes to the so-called people who call quote-unquote portfolio farmers. They walk around in briefcases looking for money to invest. But the real farmers, how much get to the real farmers? And that is why we say enough is enough. If we want to deal with these issues of food security, we must work directly with the stakeholders. We have the population. Like I told you, over 15 million captured in our database. Does the federal government have a database? This 250 billion, how is it going to be spent? You are forming committees, subcommittees. Where are the farmers? Where are the real farmers? And that is why, as an association, you find it very, very easy to interface with the major stakeholders. Remember, if it is a loan you are giving out through the BOA or BOI, and you are saying single digit, there's no problem about it. But you need to have a structured template to activate this. Otherwise, we still go back to the old stories. Monies are being disbursed and people are not willing to pay back. These are some of the critical issues we want the federal government, to address. It's not about mentioning the statistics, but activating the spending and those this money should go to. And that's why we are always willing to offer ourselves to serve the nation. You understand? If government is serious about this and this pronouncement comes in from the office of the vice president, we want to see it happen. Engage us as farmers.
Okay. I think government is serious. That is why the office of the vice president is emphasizing this.
Mr. President is serious.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now let's take a look at this other aspect, the cooperatives. Are you working together with the various cooperatives? Because I also know that sometimes to access loan, they might not necessarily go through the Farmers Association, they go through the cooperatives. Every farmer is supposed to be a member of a cooperative.
Yes.
Now, what is the relationship of the Farmers Association with the various cooperatives? And also you talked about the trip of Mr. President. When various governors that talk about their states being food basket, when they go on such trip, are you also involved in trips with the various subnational governments?
Let us begin with the first one, which you mentioned, that whether we have relationship with the Commodities Association.
Cooperatives.
Cooperatives. We welcome a lot of them. We interface directly with them, because if funding is coming, you need a clearinghouse who identifies you as a cooperative or an association. But, over the years, we've had issues, I will not lie to you, within the Farmers, Council. We have issues of people trying to impose themselves, and at the same time derail the process involved. We've been in court for several years, but again, we thank God we came out, and that is why, it was easy for people to loot some of these monies coming directly to the farmers. But now we're back on our feet, so it's easier for us now to do what? Do business with the federal government. I always advise, if there's going to be any way, any funding, local, international, you have a route. You need signatures. You need to appoint people, or rather give people the task to manage these resources. And I'm quite happy about one thing. We have a vibrant president, Dr. Farouk Rabiu Mudi. He was here on TVC. He rolled out the template. We want to come in now to partner with the federal government. We are not at war with the federal government. We want to work with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and all the stakeholders. But at the same time, we must look inwards. Nigerians are suffering. We're not finding this easy. Now, coming to the next question, we don't want to say it's a jamboree trip. I keep looking at this. I always look at Mr. President. Does he have good intentions for Nigeria or for this country? If he doesn't have, he will not sink in above 1 trillion. If he doesn't have, he will not create Ministry for Livestock Development, Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. There's, innovation here, but it's looking at the future. So with this, and we still have issues, it's not the farmers. You question what is happening within those given the mandate to do what? Do the task. And if Mr. President has to go out on a bilateral relation to discuss business, especially anything that has to do with agriculture, who are the stakeholders involved? You watched it on TV. The governor came back and celebrated that, we have gone to Brazil, we sat down, we discussed business, blah, 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 blah. I have massive land. Who are those working on the land? And we look at the opportunities which the government have to market itself overseas. We have a lot of produce that are lying low. For instance, if we have to go through maybe the borders or through the port authority for export, of our produce, go find out how long it takes for a commodity to be exported. Sometimes it takes 3 months. But some people use this border, Yelwa, Kebbi, to Ghana. 3 days, your goods are clear, you export them outside the country. Why is it difficult in Lagos?
Quite a nice.
In the end, you find out some of these produce, especially yam, we expect them to UK, they say, sorry, it cannot be consumed by our nationals. First things first, the federal government should look at this. And that is why taxation, even if it's key, not agricultural produce. That is one. Then number 2, export, agri-export should be treated with speed. You understand? Even if you quarantine this product, it shouldn't stay longer than necessary because people need this produce and farmers invest their money. So we are counting losses on a daily basis.